Welcome to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about tariffs and the car market and want to share my opinion of what may happen. But before I get into it, I do make a lot of videos about TURO, so I wanted to share. If you're not familiar with what TURO is a car sharing platform. Go ahead, Google it so you can check it out. You can rent a car on there for a trip you may be having, or you can also put your car on there. It's a car sharing platform and make some money. If you're interested in learning more about it, leave me comments down below. Check out the description box. I have a Toro guide so you can answer questions and help you out if you want to start, or even if you're a Toro host, it's a good tool to have. And it shows everything that I use on Toro. So don't forget to check that out. Now let's get back into the video. So right now, we have a lot going on, and we have tariffs that were implemented, I believe, in March 4th on Mexico, Canada, and this is definitely going to affect the market. And there, and in China, there might be some additional tariffs, right? And there's a lot of articles, there's a lot going on that there may be a trade war, that this is definitely going to increase prices for us consumers, right? Because it's going to cost more for companies now to get what they need to sell their products, right? So this definitely can cause an increase, and it's going to also possibly affect the auto industry. That's what they've been talking about. And for those of you that may be thinking about getting a car and then been waiting, it might be a good idea, in my opinion, to start thinking of getting a car now, because dealerships, believe it or not, sales have kind of come down on cars. Dealerships inventory is not like it used to be back in COVID where they had no cars. Dealership now have inventories. They have cars. They're starting to do a lot of incentives. Their incentives are starting to become more attractive. Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, Jeep, they've been facing some financial troubles. So they've been pumping out some really good incentives. And for those of you that are in the car market, you may want to consider buying a brand new car. I know some of you may have never bought a brand new car, and this may be your opportunity. Now, I get what some of you are saying. Hey, cars are expensive. Cars have always been expensive. They're always, unfortunately, going to be expensive, but there are sales, there are some deals, and some of you are thinking about getting a car. Now, I get it. Some of you are just going to write, I would never buy a car. Maybe you don't need one. You just want to share your opinion. That's fine. Leave it down in the comments below. But there are people right now that are thinking about buying a brand new car, and maybe their first brand new car, or it might be, their second or third brand new car, but they don't know if they should buy now or hold off. So I wanted to share my opinion, share a little bit of knowledge on what's going on with car incentives and things like that. And what I've noticed, going on Auto Trader, I visit car dealerships, I do Toro, so I do have cars that I have for myself, but well, for me, I only have one car, but for Toro, I have a few cars, right? And I go to the car dealership for maintenance. I'm always looking for specials when I need to replace, maybe add a car for Toro. So I'm familiar with the car industry. I'm familiar with the dealerships. I even used to work at a car dealership a few years back, and I wanted to share what I'm seeing, at least. And what I'm seeing is specials are getting better. Inventory has grown. Dealerships have cars, and there's leftovers. There's cars from 2024 that have not been sold, right? Dealerships are gonna want to sell those cars that are, because we're in 2025. So all the models that they have on their lot from 2024, they want to get rid of those cars. And now that we have tariffs and things like that, these 2025s that are coming in that those ships haven't received and that they're going to be making, they're probably going to go up in a few months. It's a possibility, right? I don't have a crystal ball, but from what I'm reading, it looks like car prices can go up, right? So if you're thinking about buying a car, you might want to pull the trigger now, because if they go up, that's going to just be more expensive for you. It's going to become more difficult for you. So you might want to jump on it now. That's my opinion. Also, something that you may not know, right now we're in the month of March. We're in the beginning of March. But in the month of March and April, right, usually car dealerships will give you more for your car. It's around when a lot of people get their tax returns and sales go up, because some people are getting their tax returns. They got some money back and they go and spend that, and some people are spending it on cars. So usually, because there's a higher demand around this time on cars, you can get more for your car. So that's a huge benefit. Right now, you can get more for your car, and you can, if you're interested in getting a new one, I would say focus on getting a 24, right? The dealership want to get rid of them. So you might be able to get a great deal on this 2024, get more for your trade, which is always helpful. And they're also doing on brand new cars, a lot of cars, promotions on the APR. Now, this is going to depend, of course, on your credit. So it all depends. Do you have good credit? Do you have, where do you fall when it comes to credit? But if you don't know, you may want to download Credit Karma or go to a bank and find out. And I'm not sponsored by Credit Karma, but it's good to know where your credit is, because if you're financing, you may be approved for one of these special APRs that they're doing on these brand new cars, right? And other incentives that some of these car companies are doing to get people to buy, right? Is offering low interest rates, because right now interest rates are not great, right? They're high, and that could affect your car payment. Well, it will. So the good thing is there's a lot of car companies right now doing special APRs up to 72 months, which is 6 years. Some of you may say, hey, 6 years is too long. Some of you may want to finance for 5 years or less. And there's promotions for all types. It just depends on the car that you're looking at because different car companies are doing different promotions. And if there's a car that you're looking at that doesn't have a promotion, then I suggest maybe considering another one. Now you may be asking yourself, well, what are these car companies that are doing promotions? Well, what I would recommend is going on the website. So, for example, let's say you're thinking about Ford. Let's say you like Ford and maybe you want a truck or you want an SUV. I would go wherever you live. I would go on the website to a local Ford dealership near you, and I will click on specials. And there you should be able to see what they're offering, right? And for example, I usually share the screen, but I'm just going to pop it up on my phone. I use Ford as an example. This could be Toyota. This could be on a BMW. This could be on any brand you pick to see if they have promotions. But and I'll probably do more than Ford. But right now, let's go Ford. So I'm gonna look for a dealership that I'm familiar with, and one that I'm familiar with is called Molyneux. And here we go, Molyneux Ford. Right. So it popped up here on my phone. As you can see, it popped up. Or hopefully you can see there. It might be a little blurry, but it popped up. You can do this on your phone. You can do this on your computer, right? And then I go on website. Right when you're on the website, right? You're on the website. You're going to look for where it says specials. So right here for Molyneux, it says special and deals. Hopefully you can see that. You click there, and then it says new vehicle specials. They even have one that says used vehicle specials, right? So you don't have to do it on a brand new car. You can look at used vehicle specials, but I'm focusing on the brand new ones today. And then let's see what they have. Okay, so specials, deals, new vehicle specials. So right now, see, I use this one as an example because I'm making the video right now, and it doesn't say right now that they have specials. So if that happens to you, what would you do? Well, we can go on another Ford dealership website. So we can do that really quick. So I'll go on another local one. And the reason I'm doing this is to show you so you don't get frustrated at home. Let's say you're looking for that Toyota, you're looking for that Ford, you're looking for whatever make it may be. And the first dealership that you may be familiar with near you, that happens. Nothing pops up. No problem. We'll go on to another one. Molyneux is a great dealership, but I didn't see any specials on their website, and I want to know the incentives. So I'm going to go on another dealership. I could also go on Ford.com and see what the manufacturer is offering. But here we go. So I went on Greenway Ford, so a different Ford dealership. And it's telling me right here that they're doing $17,000 off MSRP plus a $3,000 trade assistant. Now, that's a serious offer. I've not seen discounts that high on trucks in a long time, right? But recently, I've been seeing online at least, big incentives on pickup trucks. And I've heard about Ram also having some really good ones. So if you're in the market for a truck, this is good, right? And if they have we're in 2025, we're in March. If they have some inventory on the lot from 2024, right? Those are the ones I would be paying attention to. That's the ones I'd be trying to get a good deal on because they got to move that inventory. And if you know that if you've been, if you're paying attention to the internet, if you're paying attention to the news, a lot of you should already know about tariffs. If you don't know, go ahead and Google, find out what's going on. Right now, we don't know what's going to happen with the economy. We're just getting into all this. We don't know, is this going to be a good or is it going to be bad? Right now, the market's taking it. That's not going to be great. How do I know that? Look at the stock market. It's been selling off, right? A lot of people are concerned, and a lot of people are saying that, hey, prices are going to go up. So if you are in the car market, right, you don't want to pay more for a car, but this could be an opportunity to get a 24 model before, car prices start to go up due to tariffs on China, on Mexico, on Canada, and who knows how this is going to play out. So that's just my tip. This is an opportunity to probably get a good deal. Like I said, go on the local dealership near you, see their special. So we went on one, we didn't see anything. We went on another one, we saw some specials. Let's see if they also have a tab here that talks about. See, here we go, finance and specials, right? I All the websites I've gone to when it's about cars, I always find that tab where it says finance and specials, and I always click it. Sometimes they have nothing on it, sometimes they do. And here they talk about lease. Sometimes they also advertise their lease specials. So I know some of you lease cars. Some of you want to buy, some of you want to lease. But if you want to know the specials, go on these websites. And the reason I always talk about this, that way you start learning, the specials. Because sometimes people go to the car dealership, they did no research and they just depend on the salesperson. Remember, the salesperson is there to make money from themselves and they're trained to make profit for the dealership. They're not really there to help you save money. You have to do some work yourself by going on the websites first, by going on the manufacturer's website, finding out these incentives, finding out your credit score if you're financing. Now, if you're buying cash, then you don't really need to worry about credit score and and things like that, because I've gotten comments before that some people may be watching and they're like, hey, I'm going to go buy this brand new car and I'm going to pay cash. If that's your situation, then obviously credit score is not going to be really an issue because you're paying cash. But if you know, like, hey, I'm going to be financing, you want to know where your credit score is at so you could see, because a lot of these promotions will even tell you in the bottom kind of what score they're looking, what kind of the credit score you need to have. So read the bottom, the small print and everything like that. But let's see what else I find on here. So we want new vehicle specials. All right, see if I find any other incentives. And it's loading. So I'm waiting it to load. Hopefully it'll pop up here and I can share some more about at least Ford. But like I said, other car companies are doing this. If Ford's not your brand, let's say you're not a Ford fan, maybe it's Toyota. Like I said, maybe it's BMW, maybe it's Mercedes. Maybe no matter which one it is, check out the specials, find out the deals. But there's some good deals out there, in my opinion, and especially on the 24s that the dealership hasn't been able to sell. Those are the ones I would focus in. Now, if you have a trade in and you're wondering, how do you find out the car value? You can go to the car dealership, they'll appraise it for you. But what I would recommend is, again, doing some homework. So, what I do is I actually go to CarMax. I go to CarMax because they'll appraise my car there. They'll give me a written guarantee that's good up to 7 days, right? And I can use that piece of paper to negotiate at other car dealerships. I could say, hey, when I go to another car dealership, I won't show them the paper right away, right? It's in my back pocket. And the reason I won't show them right away, if I go to a car dealership and they praise my car and they come in higher than CarMax, there's no point of showing them that, right? Because if I show them the paper right away, they might say, all right, we'll give you what CarMax, and that's not good, right? So when do you pull it out? Maybe your question. When do you show a dealership, you went to CarMax or you were on Kaylee Book or whatnot? When you see the offer. If the offer is not attracted to you, what I do, I say, hey, this is too low for my trade. I want more, right? It's your car. You have the right to ask for more. And they say, well, no, that's all your car is worth. I show them, hey, look, I went to CarMax. They're giving me this, and I may say matches or beat it, right? If they want to earn my deal, they're selling their car for what they think it should go for, right? They're asking what they want. You can do the same with your car. So don't be scared to do that. If you're at a car dealership that they say, look, we don't negotiate here, you can always get up and go to no dealerships, because there's a ton of dealerships, at least where I'm at. So I don't know about you, but don't be afraid to leave. Don't be afraid to go to another car dealerships. Don't rush the process. But those are some tips there. Now, Kaylee Bull Book I don't like as much because it's not as accurate in my opinion. Nothing against Kaylee Bull Book. I think it's a great website. But in the past, I don't know if they've updated it. And if they have, let me know. You put all your car information. What they were doing is they'll shoot out a price and then local dealerships will reach out to you saying that they want to see your car. But what happens is when you take it to the dealership, they're going to basically relook at the car, and they may give you that or they may give you less. See, when you go to CarMax and you're there in person, you're already getting an offer that they're saying, hey, we saw the car, we put our hands on it, this is what we're willing to give you, and this offer's good to 7 days. That's what I like. On Kaylee Bull Book, it gives you like a ballpark idea, but you would need to go to the dealership. They need to inspect it to let you know if the offer that Kaylee Bull Book generated, if they're actually going to give you that. So that one's not as you're not as sure, right? Because someone has to put their hands on it. If you just skip that step and you go right to CarMax, someone already did that. They boom, you got and that's how I like it. Now, CarMax does offer an option where you can just do it online. So I know some of you want to do everything online, but same thing. If you do it online, since they didn't actually put their hands on it, they didn't see it in person. When you take it to CarMax, they're going to have to go outside. They just want to verify that everything you plugged in the system is accurate. So what I like to do, hey, let's go in person. I want to know for a fact, hey, you saw the car. What are you willing to give me? That's my one of my tips that I think you can help you get more for your trade is doing those things. So if you actually try that out and it helped you, let me know. I'd love to hear that and let me know in the comments. But let me see here. Let's see if this popped up. I'm not sure. My reception right now is out of whack. So as you can see, hopefully you can see it's just loading. But this is something that I do is I go on car dealership websites, I look for that tab that says deals, specials, whatever it may be, and I find out what different dealerships around my area are offering. I also go on the manufacturer's website, I see the incentives they're offering, right? Whatever car I'm looking for, I find out if there's deals and what deals there are. That way, when I set foot at that dealership and I'm working with the salesperson, I'm already ahead of the game. I know the deals. I already got my car appraised. I know kind of what my car would bring in, and I'm ready to put a deal together. Because remember, usually when you go to a car dealership, especially if it's a dealership you can negotiate, they're going to start really high just to see, how much profit they can make off of you. That's why I suggest doing your homework, and this is going to help you get that better deal. Now, hopefully that answers your question. Should you get a car now? In my opinion, right? I can't tell you what to do. This is just me sharing my opinion. I think it's a good time to buy a brand new car now, a 2024 that they haven't been able to sell. Now that we have tariffs, articles out there saying there could be a trade war. We have other countries now saying like, hey, that we're gonna put tariffs on the US and all that. So we got a lot of craziness going on the economy. I don't know what the future holds, but I think as of right now, from what they're saying, there's a big possibility of prices going up till they figure this out. So this is a way for you to save some money. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate you watching, and check out that description box. Got some useful tools there for you if you're interested in TURO. Thanks again. See you on the next one.